to run it in for the score, and he's going nowhere.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Northwest Stadium, just outside Washington, D.C. Here's Austin Seibert now to get this one started, and off we go from Northwest Stadium in Landover. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. Right to the air is Mahomes. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he'll be taken down right there at the 38. 13 yards on the game's opening play. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw, it's Mahomes. Oh, this one complete. It's Rashee Rice. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. A big play there for KC. 44 yards. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. A first carry for Samaje Perine. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
Two things to watch. First is strength and being able to break out that initial contact. But at his size, once you slow his momentum, it's hard for him to get it started again and end up tackling him behind the line of scrimmage.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Mahomes now to throw. Out to his left. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Eluding the pressure right. He's got his target. That's complete. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Well, they spoke about the importance of getting off to a good start, and they're on their first drive, Charles, into the end zone for the touchdown.
And what an advantage for them. They're already clicking one drive in. Didn't need to wait to get up to full speed. We had heard about the extra time they put in with each other, trying to learn each other's skills, what they like, the whole deal. And it paid off early in this one. I would expect them to keep firing on the next drive and keep that connection going.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll run for the first time here with Brian Robinson. Oh, he sheds himself free. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Washington. Brian Robinson Jr., 75 yards. And the Commanders are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were in a double coverage, and it's intercepted. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
On first down, here's Daniels to throw. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. from 21 yards away. And Washington has taken the lead. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. McCole Hardman to return it from his end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear.
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Off the play fake, Daniels. Sliding out of the pocket. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Robinson up the middle. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. From the 5 now, 2nd and a yard. They'll run again here with Robinson. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Robinson is in. Touchdown, Commanders.
Sometimes offensive can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Now here's Mahomes. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on third down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Now Mahomes. Flushed out right. And now off to the races down the right side. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing now is Mahomes. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Dorrance Armstrong. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, they had that one snipped. Out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area and it winds up incomplete.
The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. It's 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They'll try and throw for it here. Flush to his right. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11th. 2nd down and 6 now. Again, it's Robinson. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
And that's what
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to South Florida and Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Hard Rock Stadium. Dwayne Eskridge elects to bring it out. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Throwing to start here is Tua. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. He'll buy some time right. 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll run. Here's Devon Achane. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And
he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
Buried for the sack by big Jalen Carter.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Reed Blankenship. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Play action. Here's Hurts. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They go play action with Hurts. And he fires one incomplete.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jalen Phillips. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Well, he's going to look downfield for Barkley. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Saquon Barkley, 37 yards. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is up to 5. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Tua's throws taken in by Waddle. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Reed Blankenship. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 13-yard. It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we are at venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Here's Cairo Santos now ready to get this one started. And off we go from Soldier Field. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Play action, now it's Tua. And incomplete to open things up.
Man coverage to start the game, and I expect we'll see a good amount of that. They trust their secondary to hold down the fort and let their pass rushers get home. And that's a good job right on play 1.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Here's Tua. Short throw to Smith. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. Now Tua. Finding Waddle crossing the field and bringing it in. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be second down. If you're these receivers, you got to be ready, because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes just telepathy. You both see the same thing, and he knows get the ball to him right away.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. That is caught. He's going to pick up the first down and then some. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 44 yards. And the Dolphins get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Well, they said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive. He burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they called his number in this one.
They'll go play action here with Williams. Escaping the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. Play action. Now Williams. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. They'll fake the give. Now Williams. This will be caught downfield by Moore. And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open. Now second down. Here's 2nd and 10. On play action, here's Williams. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 18. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Give the rookie another one on this opening drive and a first down with it. A nice start, Charles, for the first-year passer. He's come out, made a few plays, nice plays to begin this contest.
He certainly has, and if he finishes off this drive with a touchdown pass, I vote we don't call him rookie anymore. We'll move him right to veteran and continue from there.
Off the play fake, it's Williams. Eluding the pressure right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down. Flushed out right. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And almost, but not quite. Needed 10, he got 9. 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll try it now with Swift. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. There wasn't even thought of a short field goal. There was no hesitation. They were going for it.
I think he was thinking ahead a couple of plays ago, that if he got in this situation, they were definitely going for it. And you're right. It was a confident call and a decisive run to pick it up.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. DeAndre Swift taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Bears are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Santos with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he is out of bounds here on the return. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Now Achane on 1st and 10. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4 on 2nd down. From midfield, here's Tua. Throw right side, going to be caught here by Waddle. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. A run straight ahead with Achane. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. This is 2nd and 8. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. Tackled by Darrell Taylor. From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 6. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Up the middle, Achane. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Right back to Achane on 2nd down. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal. They'll run. Achane. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Achane will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. Achane will take this in for the Dolphin touchdown.
Well, he's been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
A throw left side taken in by Kmet. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st and 10, it's Williams. Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Looking to throw is Williams. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, a dangerous pass there, and it's intercepted. Jordan Brooks with it. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. This time they'll just keep this on the ground. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. A 1-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Throwing on 1st and 10, Williams. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter. Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. A very solid gain of 27. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 34. He fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain. Second down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and
to throw, Williams. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. Third down. To the air, Williams. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. Here's Achane to start the drive. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. Second down and 4. Again, it's Achane. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Tua now on first down. They'll let this go deep for Waddle. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Well, every lineman knows the rule. You only get a 1-yard buffer beyond that line of scrimmage, and then the flag is thrown, and he got tagged for it there.
And he's got the hook up to Moore.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Williams now looking to throw on 1st and 10. Forced out to his left.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Jordan Brooks with it. And the Dolphins are in.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. Here's Cairo Santos now ready to get this one started. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium.
He will return this from deep in the end zone.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry.
Across midfield. He's on his way.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry, 78 yards.
And the Ravens will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. On first down, here's Williams. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Here's Williams on 1st and 10. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. A lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. Swift is into the end zone for a Bears touchdown. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and they take the lead here at 7-6. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate.
There he goes, right side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Zay Flowers, 79 yards. And the Ravens are once again back in front. This time, the extra point up and good. And that'll make this a 6-point game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves. They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get...
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Adafe Owe with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Williams loses the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice for such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Throwing is Williams. That pass complete to Moore. And they'll get to him right away at the 40. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. To throw, it's Williams. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On 2nd down, Swift. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. 2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. A 3-yard gain and enough for the first down. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Williams throw complete here to Kmet. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A lot of great quarterbacks from USC. Here's another one. The rookie's got a first down. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Williams. And again, back to Kmet. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5.
On 2nd down, here's Williams. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Moore. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 23 yards, the final tally.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Swift again. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. DeAndre Swift with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bears have got it back to within a score. Santos with the extra point, and the lead will shrink to 6. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And, Charles, the name of the game last time, efficiency. Their very first snap, they connected for a quick touchdown.
They get more value than just the points from that series as well. Only needing 1 play, it keeps the entire offense rested up. Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. Jackson now. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Play action. It's Jackson. That's caught. It's Flowers. And he's going to be taken down right there at the 27-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A first down carry for Henry. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 92 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll bring a tight end in motion left. They'll run it again with Henry. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Derrick Henry with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens add 6 to their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead now stands at 13. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And he's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Off play action. Williams. And he finds a man on the crossing route. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Here's Swift. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. One more time with Swift. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. DeAndre Swift on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bears are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Santos able to tack on the extra point. And the lead will shrink to 6. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. And I think he was a little surprised to see the ball sitting out there like that. That's a ball he had a chance to come away with, but it winds up an incomplete pass.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Odafe Owe picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Well, it was second long, now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
On third and long, here's Williams.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it, and that's a strong performance there defensively to force the incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
49, guys. Mike, 49.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. Henry up the middle. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
From the 7, it's 2nd and 5.
Again, it's Henry. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
122 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Henry will take this into the end zone. It's a Ravens touchdown. So it takes him just 3 plays here to find the end zone. And you remember, of course, this was all set up by their defense.
Yeah, they got the stop on 4th down, so I imagine the offense said to their defense, thank you very much for this great starting field position. And like you said, 3 plays later, they're in the end zone.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead now stands at 13. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
They go play action here on 1st down. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down.
The veteran Kyle Van Noy in there to drop him.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And It's going to bring up a third down.
The partner guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Complete on the quick throw to Moore.
Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's fourth down.
And I believe that gain on third and long changes things quite a bit, because this would be a very long field goal. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for it here.
They'll try it now with Swift. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. So now following the roll of the dice, they've got a 1st and 10 inside the 35.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
Targeting Moore, and he's got him on the crossing pattern.
And they eventually get to him at the 17 after a pickup of 17 into the red zone. 1st down. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Back to the running game with Swift.
He will push his way down to about the 14.
2nd down and 8. Once again, it's Swift.
He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try and throw with Williams. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Touchdown! DJ Moore from 10 yards out. And the Bears are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter.
Santos with the extra point, and the lead will shrink to 6. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. So both teams trade touchdowns in the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
And he's going to have a Ravens first down as he's able to get this up past the 40. It carries like that. Here, Charles.
Downs, clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
They'll come up 2nd and 7.
They'll try and choose some clock with Henry. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive. And now Jackson will look to throw it.
To the right side, into the hands of Flowers.
And in for the Ravens touchdown.
Zay Flowers,
his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Ravens are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead.
Well, that's certainly an important touchdown there. It makes this a two-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that could win the game for us.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Kyle Hamilton. EA Sports coverage of the NFL is in Houston, in the Space City at NRG Stadium. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And we will not see... We're at the home of the Super Bowl 52 champions, Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Here's Cairo Santos now ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field.
Britton Covey going to bring it out of his end zone.
And he returns this to the 22.
Hurts throwing right away.
That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Second down and a little more than a yard here. Hurts.
He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on first down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a second down and 6. Here's Hurts to throw.
He's going deep for Brown. He's got it at the 15. And they get this all the way inside Chicago's 10. A big play there for Philly. 48 yards.
And this offense has come out swinging here in the early going. They pick up a nice chunk on that pitch and catch. And the two of them have this offense moving in the right direction to start this game.
Barkley. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Second and goal from inside the 5.
Barkley again.
And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Saquon Barkley taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Eagles are on the board first here this afternoon.
Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
They'll go play action here with Williams. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
They'll fake the give. Now Williams. This will be caught downfield by Moore.
And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Give him 32 on the play.
It's early, but announcer cliche alert here. Big players make big plays. Should I say in big games too? What the heck. And this defense, they're going to have to find some way to slow him down. As this game goes on, because when this combination is going good, they can tear your secondary apart.
Last play went for over 30 yards. This one not quite as big, but still over 20. So 3 plays, already first and goal, and they are wasting little time.
Now a guy who went to prep school right here in Philly, DeAndre Swift.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown.
DeAndre Swift.
A 9-yard touchdown run.
And the Bears are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own.
Attack on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
These two teams all tied after one. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession.
They need 2. Here's third down.
As they've got it as we resume action.
Hurts sets up to throw it. That one downfield for Dotson.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Jahan Dotson.
67 yards. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Play action. Now Williams.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that will bring up second down.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent game. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
On play action, here's Williams.
To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Oh, I like that play call there. After a run for good yards, you get a defense thinking they'll go back to the well. So that's a great time to call play action and give your receivers a little extra edge. And they complete the pass there for another first down.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Swift going to try up the middle.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago.
DeAndre Swift
with his second touchdown here in this first half.
And the Bears are an extra point away from drawing level.
Santos with the extra point, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Touchdowns on back-to-back drives, so a very good flow right now offensively.
Hard to slow them down, too, because they are locked in. Feel like the offense coordinator's a little bit ahead of the defensive guys right now. They're beating them to the punch with their play calls. They've got a nice rhythm they're locked into. How can the defensive guys come up with something that'll disrupt that flow? That's what they're seeking right now.
Well, it's been an exciting sequence to watch. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, partner, I haven't seen a vote for most popular player on the team. This guy's got to get a lot of votes. He does not care, does he? Totally unselfish, physical runner, doesn't worry about yardage, just keeps moving the chains, being a team player.
Hurts throws complete to Goddard.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked by Kevin Byard. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37.
So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown.
Rome Odunze.
32 yards. And the Bears have broken the tie. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, he's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, 75 yards.
And the Eagles are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Off the play fake, it's Williams.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
Williams to the air on 2nd down.
He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He's got the connection to Moore.
They'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
They'll go. Here's Williams.
He's got his running back out of the backfield. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Throwing on 1st and 10, Williams. Over the middle, complete. That's more. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. A final shot before break. Williams over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw, Williams. A throw left side taken in by Kmet. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A lot of great quarterbacks from USC. Here's another one. The rookie's got a first down. On 1st and 10, it's Williams. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
And he gets it down to the 32. 48 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking...
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Nolan Smith able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. To the air, Williams. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Looking to throw is Williams. Eluding the pressure right. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 17-yard line. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
What a drive. This has been just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. DeAndre Swift A 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Bears have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
Now the point after try for Santos. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored, and now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have, and try and move that ball down the field for an answering score.
Hurts throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard.
He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown with his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Eagles are an extra point away from tying this game here on the 4th.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And they no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. 77 yards for him on the ground now, and 3 touchdowns to go along with it.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
On the handoff, this is Swift.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end.
Throwing on 2nd down is Williams.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground. I think a lot of time when we see a sack, you say, well, you blame it on the offensive line, the quarterback, but here, maybe you just tip your hat to the defender. What a play.
Yeah, and I think sometimes they just get a sense of the play before the ball's even snapped. Kind of like a sprinter anticipating the gun in a race. They're off, and guess what? The quarterback's down.
They wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th. They'll try and run for it. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Swift.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports.
On 2nd down, Swift.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving the running back a crease to run through, and that's a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
They'll try and run here with Swift.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
Here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Williams.
He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's taken down inside the 30.
Here's 1st down. Here's Swift. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line.
Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock.
We can't be totally sure that that was by design, but we do know that a lot of kickers like the ball in the right hash in order to kick the field goal.
Now a carry for Swift.
And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
On 3rd down, here comes Swift.
And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They've just likely won this thing in regulation. Santos now to add the PAT. And it would appear they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
He'll look to throw. Oh, he finds his running back who snuck right down the middle of the field. Now they do indeed get the timeout, so all is not lost. They'll have a chance for one final heave to the end zone.
3 ticks remain. This is it here.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. This to possibly force OT.
This ball intercepted. Tyreek Stevenson picks it off. And the Bears are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game.
So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Error-free football, no EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. And wow, a gamble here right off the bat, an onside kick to begin the game. And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. Well, they tried to give this home crowd something to cheer about early, but it failed. I don't know, maybe you try that on the road to get some momentum. What about here at home?
Would agree with you totally on that. I think at home, you don't ever want to put your fans in a position where they're questioning what you're doing. And right now, they have to be in the stand saying, why would we even do that? We're already behind you. You don't need us anymore. And this one, boy, an unsuccessful attempt, that could really change the momentum of this game in a hurry.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. A situation they'll certainly want to avoid going forward. An early second and long they're facing. To pass, here's Jordan Love. That's complete. He finds Jaden Reed. And shutting him off, now open field. Touchdown, Packers. Jaden Reed, 52 yards. And the Packers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. And nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes it and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone. And the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly, into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone.
Kevontae Turpin now from his end zone. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted.
And into the end zone, it's a pick six and a Packer touchdown.
Still in the first quarter, but what a great start for them. I mean, they've controlled the airways, Charles, on both sides. They had the passing touchdown, then they intercept the pass of the other squad and take it back for another score.
Brandon, I know we have a ton of time left, but what an early backbreaker they just delivered. They're up early, and they appear to be totally dialed in. And that offense, they're forced to run right back out, still shaking up a bit, but feeling the pressure to put something on the scoreboard. They've got to be careful here.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. A 2nd down throw for Prescott. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Stevens. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down. Prescott.
The short one there taken in by Ferguson.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Prescott yet again.
That one down the field for Ferguson.
And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
That is caught. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers 40. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this 1st quarter. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
3rd and long for Prescott. The short one there taken in by Ferguson. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And it'll be 4th down. They'll throw again. Prescott.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Quay Walker.
And into the end zone. It's a... We're at the home of the Super Bowl 52 champions, Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Here's the rookie from Alabama, Will Reichard, ready to get us started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. This is Saquon Barkley. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Another 6-yard carry, same as last play. First down.
Well, partner, if the defense isn't going to adjust and they keep giving them those 5, 6, 7-yard runs over and over, they're likely to run it the whole way to the end zone. They'll be more than happy to take the yardage available and save some of their other plays in the playbook for another time.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
From the 44-yard line, here's second and a yard. They go play action with Hurts. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Harrison Smith.
Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass.
He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, Vikings.
Jordan Addison,
62 yards.
And the Vikings take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Taken at the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Hurts. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. They'll go to Barkley again. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the 2nd time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
There's Hawkinson in the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings.
A great effort there. 26 yards.
And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point right down the middle. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point. And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game.
Picked off by Harrison Smith. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all three phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick six.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Hurts now hoping to make up for that pick six.
They'll set up the screen to Barkley.
He's got room past the 30.
And he is out of bounds right around the 34. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold. By the offensive linemen. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Barkley inside handoff, and he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And they're going to motion Dotson to the left. 2nd down. Here's Barkley again.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
Flushed out right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Hurts.
This short throw caught by Goddard. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and 5.
Again, it's Barkley. And he gets it down to the 32.
3rd and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. Up the middle with Barkley. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Play action. Here's Hurts. A quick throw there is incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the cover mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
And the slot man goes in motion left.
Here's Hurts to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Oh, the sneak gets Hurts.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Can this Vikings D hold up one more time? 3rd and goal.
Barkley is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Well, this had not been the greatest of first halves to this point. They've been pretty well dominated in all phases of the game, so this was an important drive just to show they can move the football and finish. And now they're on the board here on the touchdown run.
They're going to run it with Barkley, and he will find the end zone again. So he gets the touchdown and the 2-point conversion, and that'll cut this deficit down a little bit further. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get...
And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Vikings.
Justin Jefferson,
75 yards.
and the Vikings will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
This one fielded in the end zone. He'll opt not to bring it out. A touchback, and they'll begin at the 30-yard line.
Now Barkley. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete and now 2nd down. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. They'll throw now on the final play.
That one downfield for Dotson.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Nolan Smith brings him down on the pass rush. They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Looking downfield for Jones. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert.
Another big play right there, and this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
From the 29, here's 2nd down and 7. McCarthy off the play fake. They'll roll him out right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
I tell you what, that's a veteran play from a guy in his first season in the NFL. A lot of rookies will try and force something there. He thought better of it, and that was the right decision.
Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
They'll run it with Jones. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Again, it's Jones. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Aaron Jones, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Hurts sets up to throw it. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. 2nd down and a yard. In motion right is Smith. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd down, here's Jalen Hurts. Smith catches left side. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 46. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Throwing is Hurts. Over the middle to Smith. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. This offense so far on third down, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 6. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Going right back to Dodson. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. A first down carry for Barkley. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Flush to his right. Hurts fumbles it, and the Vikings pick up the football. And EA Sports coverage of the National Football League comes to you from Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, Michigan. Here's the former Florida Gator Eddie Pinheiro to get us started. And we are underway from Ford Field. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll fake the give. Now gone. And right away, he lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
A miserable start here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and very long. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
So certainly in a pickle here. They have a mile to go to try to pick up the first. We'll see what they've drawn up. This pass down the field for Gibbs.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one, and there's an example on this first possession of the game.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here.
And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Oh, short pass here taken in by Laporta.
And this won't be enough. Stopped a yard short after a gain of 3. 4th down.
And now a decision here on the opening drive. 4th and very short, this part of the field. What do you think they do, CD?
I think you go for it. I think there's a lot of game left to be played. I like the advantage that they're trying to create here early. I say be aggressive and try and get it done.
And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff.
And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Gibbs straight ahead.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Gibbs is into the end zone. Touchdown, Lions. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then 1 play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. A 1st carry for the Canadian-born Chuba Hubbard. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Panther football to start quarter number 2. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw, Young. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Was it Darius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground? That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Young's throw caught by Sanders.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25. From the shotgun, it's Young.
He gets this one to Hubbard, complete.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
They'll give this to Hubbard running right.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. They'll send the tight end in motion left.
2nd down, another chance for Hubbard.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
3rd down, Young from the gun. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
So Young will head to the sideline, and on is Pinheiro for the Panther field goal.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So from an offensive perspective, at least able to get on the board here right in front of the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, now it's time to talk about complementary football, isn't it? Because if the defense can force a 3 and out, there could be enough time on the clock that they get the ball back for their offensive guys and maybe put some more points on the board before the half.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Going back to Gibbs on 1st down. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Now a play fake, and it's gone. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 22 yards there, a 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter.